Even though we live in like a seafood town where you'd think the
Oh, yeah.
calamari would be amazing, Italy, they know how to do it.
All right. Thank you all so much. Welcome back to episode 2 of Under the House with Corey and Austin. This episode is brought to you by, well, DC Comics, I guess, because our guest today is the Batman.
Yes.
Welcome, Jay Wilkins.
Jay Wilkins in the house.
How we doing, guys?
Wilkins Wildlife. How are you?
Everything is wonderful.
Good. So, I hated doing that. I wish I didn't start that way because every podcast people listen to is always, how are you? What's new?
Oh, yeah.
You know, we just got to really get into it. You deal in pests. Mm-hmm. We deal in crawl spaces.
Correct.
Which means that you probably see quite a bit of crawl spaces because pests go in there.
That is correct. We see tons of crawl spaces. And, you know, from rodents to snakes to, you know, just last week here in Salisbury, pulled a whole family of raccoons out of a crawl space.
Ooh.
Not normal to do that.
A whole family?
A whole family. Mother and 3 kids.
How many crawl spaces do you go under a week, do you think?
I'd say somewhere between probably 30, 35.
A week?
That's
Yeah.
a lot. That's a lot. Just you?
Me and my son.
Me and your son?
Yep.
You and your son?
Yep.
Wow, that's a lot of crawl spaces.
That's a lot of crawl spaces.
You know, you figure, and it gets worse around, you know, animal birthing season because skunks, groundhogs, and understand that, you know, I've seen encapsulations done on mobile homes. I've seen them done on regular foundation structures. I've seen them kind of done on everything. And it's, you know, I'll say that the nicest crawl spaces to deal with an animal is one that's been encapsulated.
So you like the encapsulated crawl
it's,
spaces?
it's one of those type of things where, you know, you get up underneath there. Why even bring a flashlight? It's already white. You can see everything.
No Tyvek suit,
You know,
no
you-
gloves.
I mean, it's
clean.
You don't have to worry about, you know, 9 times out of 10 you don't have to worry about respirators in a situation where, you know, you've got insulation over you, you've got, you know, that fiberglass, or, you know, you don't know if you've got a mold issue, or you don't know if you've got a wood rot fungus issue, or, you know, all those elements that are under the structure. You know, because what most people don't consider when they own a home is that, you know, they don't typically look at the crawl space until there's a issue.
Out of sight, out of mind.
Yeah, it is. So it's one of those type of things where what they're not thinking when it comes to a crawl space is that, okay, let's say I have a light moisture problem. Well, 15, 20 years of a light moisture problem on a structural beam is probably not a good idea. And you should protect that. Yeah, absolutely. And we see a lot of that. We do.
So what you're saying, Jay, is that there is benefit to having an encapsulated crawl space.
Absolutely.
Who'd have thunk?
Absolutely, yeah.
We can end it now.
Yeah, I mean, it's
That's it. We're done.
Hey, thanks for stopping by.
Yeah, that's a wrap.
But yeah, I mean, we see that a lot, and it's, you know, and I'm gonna say, you say how many crawl spaces am I in a week? Mm-hmm. Here's the crazy part: of those 30 to 35 crawl spaces, one's encapsulated.
Really?
Yeah, one.
I wonder why that is. Is it just like, is it just not knowing? Is it pure ignorance that people don't know that having an encapsulated crawl space is probably one of the best things you could do for your home?
I think it's probably. I think a lot of it has to deal with, and you can take price out of the equation, because when you look at the solution to a problem that you really don't have to deal with again, how do you put a price on it?
That's a good point.
Yeah.
How do you put a price on something that you can correct?
Far outweighs the cost.
And it far outweighs the cost, because now it doesn't sit in the back of your mind, and you're not going, God, I have to wonder if that train's going to roll right through the foundation and mess up my encapsulated crawl space.
Our location's been compromised. We're by a train track.
Yep.
There's no longer a secret spot.
No.
Yeah. Now, Jay, on Facebook, and I'm not going to like put out your personal Facebook stuff out there, but when you post stuff, you have a very interesting way of looking at the world. Not an interesting way as far as I'm concerned, because the way that I look at the world is we're pretty close.
Yeah, we're on point.
What made you come up with this this almost signature, not a meme because memes are meant to be funny, but like a signature slap to the face every day on Facebook?
Because here's what happens. I didn't live a good life for a long time.
Okay.
I was a musician.
I'm a musician. I know what you mean.
So it's not the greatest lifestyle. It can be, but it can't be. So when you finally get to a point in your life and you look at yourself in the mirror and you don't like what you look at and you want to change that because there's other people that will benefit from you changing, it's not that you want to slap people in the face, but for me to get real with myself, that's what I had to do. So I figure if there's another person out there that's got the mentality like I have, that's what it's going to take. It's not just going to take, the world of today is, kind of tap you on the butt and, oh, I'm so sorry,
Here's your participation trophy.
Here's let's paint a pretty picture of rainbows. It's not rainbows. That's bull. It's not rainbows. You have to get real with yourself. You have to look at yourself, and the first thing you have to do as a human being is you got to be disciplined. If you're not disciplined, then your life is going to be participation trophies and give. Yeah. I don't have time for that.
No. I get the pleasure of being your friend on Facebook, and I get to see basically you telling everybody the world does not care about you or your problems.
That's correct.
Get your stuff together.
That's correct. The world does not. The world does not care, and it's and what amplifies that is the animals.
Okay. Yeah.
The animals amplify that because I know no swearing on the podcast, but the female raccoon that's getting ready to give birth to kits, and you own a $2 million home in Ocean City, she don't give a shit about it. She don't care. She's going to tear that up, and it's going to cost you money.
Yes. Yes.
So my push in the business is always prevention, which is no different than what you guys do. It's prevention. You're trying. As a crawl space, you have to look at the crawl space as your home is the largest investment you'll ever have.
Yep.
It is. It's an investment. Why would you not protect that?
The foundation of that.
The foundation of it, because anything in life bases itself off a foundation. Whatever your morals are, no matter what it is. The foundation sets the tone for who you are, what you do.
Well said.
And the actual structure, it's the same way. If the foundation cracks and crumbles, she's going to fall.
Yep.
And if you have moisture and all that crazy stuff going on underneath there, and improper grading and no drainage, and I mean, the list is a mile long.
Do you see why I wanted to have him on so bad?
Yeah, good call.
Yeah.
Good call.
The list
Very
is,
knowledgeable.
The list is a mile long. And I mean, it's like, before we got real heavy in, all of our wildlife work, because as a business, it takes you a while to get established. So you're doing this, and this to do that. And we've done, we did a couple crawl spaces for clients. I got, actually for a wedding gift for a buddy of mine, we did a full encapsulation on his crawl space.
But is that a service that you offer or no? Okay.
We don't do it anymore.
Okay.
And it's just because we don't have time. We're so established with bed bugs and wildlife that I can't mess with exterior drainage anymore. I can't mess with crawl space stuff. I can't do all the stuff that I used to do. And I'm good with it because that's what I do. I specialize.
Yes. Yes.
So how do you feel knowing that a majority of people who don't want to go into their crawl spaces, that you are a part of the very small amount of people that will? It doesn't matter what's under there.
Bruh, you're the hero.
You're going, right.
When you go to the client's house and they go, there's something under the house and I don't know what's there and I'm not going to look. The first thing that comes to my mind is I want to grab the person and I want to go, if you face your fears, your life will change.
Yes.
That's really
Absolutely.
That's really what I want to do. But it's, that's not what my job is.
No. I see it every day. Oh, I'm not going down there. I'm not going down there.
Yeah.
You can go down there, but I'm not.
It's the fear of the unknown. I mean, it's people in general are controlled by fear.
Sure.
And it's, you want to talk about being controlled by fear, grab a raccoon the first time.
No doubt.
No.
And the first time, because you'll learn a lot in that very few seconds.
Sure.
That's about the time frame that you have. So, I mean, it's, animals, when people tell me, they're like, you got the craziest job in the world. There's no way in the world I could do your job. I said, I know, that's why I do it.
That's why I'm the guy who does it.
And I'm like, the funnest part, I tell my best friend every single day, I'm like, I can't believe I get paid to do this.
Right?
Nice.
I cannot believe I get paid to do this. Because that's the key. That's a key in anyone's life. There's people out here that work for a paycheck, and everybody does that to an extent. But if you're doing something you're passionate about and you love what you're doing, you don't necessarily worry about the money, because if you put all of you on the line, 110% every day, the circle comes back around to you.
I like Jay.
Yeah,
I like Jay.
Jay's a good dude.
Jay's the man.
Yeah, that's why I was so excited to have him on. We are the same way. And I can't tell you how many times I've been to a customer's house and they say these, and I'm sure both of you can attest to this. I'm not sure what's down there, but that's it. I'm not sure what's down there. Why are you not sure what's under your house? You lay your head on that pillow every night. Why are you not sure what's under there?
You have to paint.
Your kids are pitter-pattering across the floor.
Right, your family
You have
lives
to
there.
paint the middle picture, because it's great with bats and people, because it's like, people hate bats. The majority of people do. And there's people that love them. But here's the fear factor where it comes into play. People will think about that attic and they'll think about those bats being like 3 foot from their head every night, and it drives them insane.
It's making those noises.
So if we can find a way, there's a raccoon in your crawl space 3 feet from your butt every night. You should really have this encapsulated, sealed off, and corrected so you don't have to deal with these problems.
And you know what that raccoon's doing? She's making babies.
Yeah.
There's going to be more of them down there.
They're cute till they're about 14 weeks old. I raised one before, and one is all you need to do.
You've raised a raccoon?
Oh, yeah. You only need to do it once.
It's like the Lion King over here.
It's like once they get 14, 15 weeks old, it's like a toddler that has drank Pepsi all day long.
Oh. Now, I kind of took your philosophy. I was afraid of snakes for the longest time. And I found the reason I was afraid of snakes is because I didn't know which ones were poisonous.
That's correct.
So I educated myself. I know what a copperhead looks like. I know how to spot a pit viper. I know that black snakes and garter snakes are not a threat.
No, you want them around.
Yeah, you want those around. But now I'm not afraid. And now it's to the point where I can pass it on to my kid.
Yeah.
I have a almost 3-year-old now, and I'll find a garter snake, and I'll pick it up, and she'll be like, Daddy, can I hold this?
Oh, snake.
Absolutely.
Because in parenting, there are 2 ways to introduce a snake, and we've talked about this. Oh, look, a snake. Or, oh, look, a snake.
Right.
And at that point, you've already made the decision for them.
I'm a slithery little sneaky snake.
Absolutely.
Yeah, because impressionable minds are very impressionable at a young age.
Yep.
And what happens, and that's the thing you have to break fear with even adults, because it's the average person, the average husband's going to call and go, look, I don't give a damn about the snake, but my wife, I can't deal with it. I need you to come here, catch the snake, so that my life goes back to normal.
Yes.
That's the client who calls. The guy who goes, I don't know how to catch this I don't know how to catch this thing. I need you to come
With your hands.
and do what it is that you do, and I'll pay you whatever. And I'm like, okay, no problem. So, it's we have an on-hand reptile specialist. My son is Austin, and that's a really cool name.
Great name. Thank you.
So he is a reptile specialist. He's actually leaving in July for 3 days, and he's actually going to a venomous snake handling course.
Wow.
Whoa.
And I mean,
and we
he's-
don't see that many around
He's
here.
stoked about that. Well,
Sure.
we don't, but we, the business is transitioning. We're in Delaware, and we're doing something in Virginia really soon.
Congratulations.
So Virginia, and we're talking. I'm not talking Eastern Shore, Virginia. We're going.
Down to deep
We're
south.
going York. We're going Yorktown.
Ooh.
So
Down there.
and it's a possibly once it all gets worked out. So, and they have water moccasins there. They have copperheads there. They have canebrake timber rattlesnakes there. Ooh. And he Austin really loves snakes. He actually has a snake in his house. Snake in his house.
I know a lot of people like them.
Bearded dragons,
Yeah.
leopard geckos. I mean, he's a reptile nut, and that's that's his specialty. And I just I let him do that. And anytime it comes to snake prevention, snake removal, I just send him anymore.
He's like the Steve Irwin of the
Oh, yeah.
Eastern Shore.
Yeah, he just has the Eastern Shore talk instead of that. Crikey, it's a snake!
That looks like a copperhead.
Live action, yee!
All right, well, look, Jay, this is our guest list that we're going to have on the podcast. And you see who's number 1 up there.
I see that.
That's you. And I think we can add him to the list of you're welcome back anytime.
Call back.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Jay, how do people find you? You have a website?
We do.
Okay.
www.wilkinswildlifebedbug911.com.
There it is.
Facebook page.
Nice.
Instagram page, Twitter page, all that good stuff.
All right, Mr. Jay Wilkins with Wilkins Wildlife. Can we sum it up that way?
We can.
Thank you so much. And guys, thank you for tuning in to another edition of Under the House with Corey and Austin. Until next week. Oh, I got to do the music hard. Till next week. We're still doing
We're
this.
still working the
Still
kinks.
do.
We're still working the kinks.